Y'all, come on in, come on in. So, in case you missed it, Evelyn is doing what she do best, and that is cleaning the skeletons out of Jennifer's closet when she really needs to be cleaning out hers and her daughter's. Well, let's not forget, this is Tiffany. She shares a daughter with the game, who now has a son with Evelyn's daughter. At one point, Evelyn and Tiffany were close, no matter how many times Ev tries to deny it. A picture tells 1,000 words, and those pictures out there floating around online, y'all look pretty tight to me. She went to Evelyn's baby shower when she was pregnant with her son. They went on trips together. But I would love to hear Tiffany's thoughts on her former bestie daughter having a baby by her ex. Now, that's a podcast I'll tune into. Jennifer, if you were smart, you'll link up with Tiffany. And I honestly think she would be a good addition to the show, maybe a friend of. I think you should put a bug in production's ear. Bring her on the show. Evelyn wants to play dirty. It's time for you to play dirty with her. Because you're too nice at this point. You're being too nice. So anywho, Evelyn still got Jennifer's name in her mouth. She on a podcast running down Jennifer's entire dating history, and for what? Like, girl, what are you trying to accomplish? But what I do know is this, Jennifer, you might want to send her a cease and desist because she is out here dissecting your love life like hers is squeaky clean. Let's not act like she or her daughter don't have a past. Okay, how about somebody do a rabbit hole on her dating life and her daughter's dating life? Since she can't seem to keep your name and your husband's name out of her mouth, give her something to talk about.
So she dated Eric, right? She was married to Eric. We all saw what happened that season, right? Eric treated her like shit. And there are a lot of things that happen in that relationship that I feel bad for her that she experienced certain things, right? He threw the drink in her face and the world got to see that, right? Boom. Horrible. She breaks up with him and then she starts dating Tim. Okay? Tim from Sweetie Pies. And she starts dating Tim Thicky Thighs, fucking Norman from Sweetie Pies. She wanted to marry him. And he ends up in jail because he got his nephew killed. Right. Okay, so now his ass is in jail. After that, she starts dating another guy that's a scammer, right?
He sold her Range Rover, right?
He sold her Range Rover. She does a whole fucking documentary about that. In the interim of all of this, there was another guy that scammed her that the world don't know about, but she knows I know about it. You understand? So I've lived certain situations with her where I'm like, damn. You have one thing about Jennifer, she continues to repeat the cycle. God continues to send you the same fucking person over and over again, and until you learn whatever that lesson is supposed to be, you know? And she wants to be married and she wants to have a relationship so bad, no matter at what cost. She wanted to marry Tim, you know, and no matter what, I want to be a wife, you know, and she's willing to take just the title without really having in your life a great person.
Now, Evelyn, you need to find something else to do. She's right in what she's saying. But my question is, why is she saying it? Like, what is your end goal here? What are you trying to prove by dragging Jennifer bad choices and failed relationships? Let's not act like you haven't had your share of relationship disasters too, because you have. Every man you've been with has been trash. And maybe the ones we don't know about has been trashed. So just because yours was dressed up a little different don't mean they wasn't trash. You don't get to stand on a high horse and act like Jennifer's the only one that keeps picking the wrong dude, because you have as well. Your relationships has been just as bad as hers. The only difference is that you dated men that look better on paper. They might have had more money, more fame, or seemed more polished, but they were still toxic and problematic. So Evelyn, you don't get to pretend you made better choices, because you didn't. You just picked fancier devils. Now, I don't like this at all. I don't like this one bit. It's one thing to have a heart-to-heart with a friend, but she on a podcast talking about her quote-unquote friend. But when it turns into a spectacle, this is where I give her the side eye. You sitting on a podcast like a bitter ex, running down her relationship history. Like, you're trying to dress this conversation with a suit and a tie to make it look polished, but let's be real. Honey, this was nothing more than a public roast. You dragged this girl in her relationship. That's all it was. And you trying to dress it up like you was being concerned. Jennifer has clearly had a string of questionable relationships. There's no lie. But Evelyn, what are you trying to build a case against her? You're acting like Jennifer was blindsided or something. She made a choice to marry that man knowing full well he was a scammer. Okay? Because of that, it's clear that she does not want a wake-up call. But you're so hell-bent on trying to make a point. Jennifer doesn't even care to receive. Evelyn, Jen's life choices isn't yours to fix. Let it go. But I do agree with her about Jennifer prioritizing being married over being married to the right person. I do think she's desperate and she wants to be married. But here's the thing. If Jennifer doesn't see the problem, then what is Evelyn really trying to accomplish? And Jennifer, like I said, you too quiet. The more she keeps having your marriage in her mouth, the more you should continue to bring up Shanice. Hop on the internet, look on the blogs, dig up Shanice's dating history. I mean, you could easily say something about Evelyn, but you got to hit her where it hurts. You got to match her energy. Dig up Shanice shit. I'm sure she got some skeletons. Because I've never seen a grown-ass woman this pressed about a former friend's man. This man has not affected your life in any type of way. Why does it matter, Evelyn? Find your own man and maybe you wouldn't have this much time on your hands. Like, does she speak another language? Jennifer has made it clear she is not leaving her husband. So what's the point in repeating the same damn argument? She's not listening. She's already married and she ain't going nowhere. Get over it. So I went in the comments and I seen Funky Dineva left a message. A comment. He said, running a friend's resume of love is tired, late, pathetic, and lazy. This is so lazy. I agree. At this point, Evelyn, you have said the same thing so many times. You said it before she married this man, and you're still repeating it. You might as well put it on a loop. We get it. You don't like Jennifer's choices, but she made it. And she gonna have to sit in these choices. But repeating the same tired argument over and over, that's not concern. That's an obsession. And Jennifer, when this does go bad, because let's be real, it's looking that way, your real friends will be there to pick you back up. Because that's what we do. We tell our friends the truth, even when it hurts. But when the dust settles, we're still standing right beside you, ready to pick you up. We ain't going on no damn smear campaign. And down on our friends, we don't do that. But since Evelyn is hell-bent on keeping Jennifer's marriage in her mouth, why don't you, instead of running down Jennifer's choices, maybe you should redirect that energy into guiding your own daughter instead. Because if you truly believe that Jennifer's relationships was a cautionary tale, why not turn it into a lesson for Shanice instead of dragging Jennifer for everybody to see? You could have had a real conversation at home about making better choices. Because your past ain't squeaky clean, honey. Y'all, that is the end of the video. I would like to know what you guys think down below. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Bye.